I'm actually really looking forward to that. You have trivia cards, right? Like trivia.
Yeah. When are we doing that?
Whenever. I don't care.
Okay. I have like my parents have a whole bunch of Trivial Pursuit games that I can grab and just go over there like tonight or tomorrow and get some.
Cool. Sounds good.
Yeah, so you want to do that this weekend? I'm guessing, which is fine. I'm gonna be around, so
yeah. Oh yeah, it'd be better because I'll leave Tuesday.
I'm not going anywhere.
I'm not. I mean, yeah. Before I go, yeah, that'd be awesome. That's the whole plan.
Catch me like on lunch break tomorrow, man. I'll do it during lunch.
When you see, I'll be like, "Hey, Homer, you want to get in on this action?"
Remember, I'm working from home tomorrow. So.
Oh, that's right. You don't have a robot tomorrow. You don't. Oh my
well,
God.
I was gonna work from home today, and then like Elizabeth was like, "Emily has a friend coming over," and I'm like, "Okay, I'm going to the office."
Yeah, I can't do that anymore though because you know, I don't have an office to go to. I don't have a classroom. I used to have a
You're like, I'm gonna go to Michigan and hang out with Scott.
Yeah, I am.
Over there.
We're gonna meet somewhere in like Plainfield, like where Mark lives.
But we gotta get you to Michigan. Like, I don't know how many times I'm gonna.
I know. I want to get up. Oh my gosh. The buffalo chicken wrap is killing me.
Oh man, I love buffalo chicken wrap so much though, man.
It was so hot, man. I'm not kidding. It's been an hour and my bridge of my nose is still sweating.
My girl at the cafeteria though, like I almost feel like I got to coach her a little bit, Mike, because like it's too messy, you know. Like I worry about like a dress shirt, you know, like I have to like eat it like this, like over the container, you know. Because it just drips.
Right. That's too much. Yeah, totally. Oh, thanks, James. I appreciate you letting me do that for you today. Yeah, that's a danger. Yeah. Pam, I always make fun of her because like inevitably she'll get something that just like she's not paying attention, but right on her. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Were you on the same page with me though about like race weekends? Because like, so say Dopey is the one I want. 100% right?
On the same. I'm 100%.
Dopey is the one I want. Like, it's a risk to skip Wine and Dine, right? And then just get shut out on Dopey. Like, so my goal is like I'm just going to try to go for anyone I can get.
I'm doing all four if I get in. I mean, but so, and I mean, I even ran this by Pam, but you know, I don't think I'll get in Wine and Dine just for the fact that I'll be signing up from Florida, like from Walt Disney World.
Oh yeah, when is that registration? I can't remember. Okay, dang.
We'll both be there.
We'll both be there. Yeah.
Yeah. And then World Marathon Weekend's 2 weeks later, the 27th.
Yeah.
I don't know about the other two. I'm not worried about them until I get through Marathon Weekend. But yeah, I mean, like if say I get in Wine and Dine and get in Marathon, I'll probably do Princess, and I kind of want to do that surprise one.
I know that's the thing, but like
that's gonna
I'm honestly like worried like we're gonna see a lot more people getting shut out though, which is why my strategy is I'll take whatever one I can get.
Same. I mean, because the thing is, it was smart for Disney to do the AP and the DVC thing because it took probably it took 5% away from the general signups. Probably not much, but some. Now everybody is going to be going at the same time. You know how great Disney systems are, that kind of stuff.
And it's just not, I mean, it is really going to be everybody because everybody is dying to get a race in, you know? So at least for these first couple years.
Well, and so many people are already talking about you know, like, you know, they're already talking about like what costumes are going to wear and stuff. I'm like, man, you are like playing with fire right there. Like I'm so like superstitious on things like this. Like there's no way I'm talking about, I mean, I get a hotel room because like for Wine and Dine, there's nothing left that weekend. There was like 2 hotels this morning.
Oh geez. I didn't even think about that.
I know. Well, no, we got to figure something out. If we get in, we'll find.
That's the thing. Like if I can get in, I'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. I promise you I'll find something. But, this morning it was just Animal Kingdom Lodge and Wilderness Lodge, and then it was just Animal Kingdom Lodge and Boardwalk. But
which is like concierge rooms, like $800 a night or something.
I got Laszlo, a Garden View.
Okay, nice.
But it was only for 2 nights. But yeah, it's just I hate having that in the middle of my vacation. That's gonna be nerve-wracking. I mean, but it's not like if it was Marathon Weekend, I'd totally be freaking out because I haven't run Wine and Dine forever. So if I don't get in, I don't.
Wine and Dine's probably my least favorite too. Like it used to be like my favorite when it was a night race.
Right.
But
when it was a night race, that thing was awesome.
I hope the surprise thing is a night race, man. How sweet would that be? Oh,
right. Yeah, I know. That'd be cool. I think, you know what I think it's going to be is a 10 miler or like a 13K or something like that.
Yeah.
Those were popular. And it's more accessible to people. And plus it's going to be the spring where it's going to be
warm. I would say where it's warmer, so you want a shorter distance almost.
Yep, exactly. No, well, you know what? Desperate times, desperate measures, maybe the B. Probably not, though. Yeah, and I would say that by saying they're doing these races, they're going to have every resort open by October 1st. Yeah. I mean, I would count. I mean,
I'd even say at like a Cabana Bay or something, even at Universal, and just drive over.
Or like Margaritaville, that's we're behind Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, everybody's doing the fireworks tonight. Yeah, I bet you. I'll see them in 6 days. Actually 7, because we don't go the first night.
It's raining like crazy down there right now, though. Like, so Beth is down there, and she's been giving me like live updates, and it's been pouring, so she's worried it might not even go off. But
have you heard the latest or been watching the weather
for the hurricane? or
also, whatever. Dude, I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? Like, somebody's punking me. Because I love hurricanes, right? Like, I mean, it's cool. I've been there during a Hurricane Charlie, and that thing was a category 2 when it went over, man. I thought it was going to blow Pop Century over. But, I mean, the winds were 100 miles an hour that night when it went over Disney. Like, I got up in the morning, there were trees ripped out of the ground. It was nuts. But, yeah, of course, like, right now, it's so far out. But right now, the projection is it's going to sit, like, right off the Gulf Coast at, like, Monday night. I'm like, oh, no. We land Tuesday morning. No.
Man, that's rough. Yeah, I heard you on on a different show, the Patreon, talking about that a little bit. Yes. Like, man, do I drive?
Dude, I am going because I mean, like, we haven't had a family vacation for 2 years. I mean, other than like Silver Dollar City, we went down a couple weeks ago, so we are going to make it happen. But cool. So having a little viewing party. Yes. Okay, so we are going to play a game though instead of watching rainy fireworks. We're gonna play Walt Disney World Word Association, and this one between Scott and I could be fun.
It could get wild.
We'll see. And this is in lieu of a trip report a week from Monday because
still a family show though, right?
That's right, always. And because the whole thing is we want everybody to play like when you listen to this in the car in a couple weeks. Have fun with it.
Yeah.
And if that dog barks, I'll be fired up. I know this isn't Sunday, but it's actually this week. It's been every day because Scott is my ace in the hole, man. We got to get these out there.
Man, it's like 10 days till we golf.
Yes. I need to get to Top Golf one more time. I don't know when I'm going to get that in. Pam said she would go because thing is like by the time now it's the weekend and it's a holiday weekend. So you're not going to be able to pre-book a bay. Yeah. But they hold back a bunch, and that if you get there early, like you can just like first come, first served. And Pam, that's what we did on Father's Day. She went and got in line and called, and Mallory and I like raced over. It's like 15 minutes away. So maybe we'll do that. All right, let's see. So this is episode 1930, and it's going to come out on the 12th. Man. So you will have actually this will be the day after
the day after golf.
The day after the Open. One of us will have on a green jacket. 3 of us will.
Oh man, I thought about getting like a trophy or something. But I might as well just have Wade's name engraved on it.
Right? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's about hood. You don't have to ask my size.
It'll be like the Paul Mitchell Cup.
Yes. The winner, like at the Indy 500 where they drink milk, like whoever gave the
shampoo,
hair colored. Yeah, exactly. Get a little beard stuff for you.
That's awesome.
I have some beard coloring, by the way.
I might need some of that right now.
I was gonna say, I don't really need the beard saver. I use the aftershave and all that stuff.
I am going to shave, so I'm getting a haircut I'm going to try to get one on Monday, the 5th. And then I'm going to shave, and then I'm not even going to bring a razor mic. I'm just going to like grow out the whole trip. I'm not going to shave the whole trip. No, that's the goal. That's crazy.
My wife would kill me. Oh my God. That's so funny. Yeah. See, we're putting the pressure on Wade. That's how it looks like. He's got the title locked.
Yep.
That's the
Vegas has him he's like a 12-stroke favorite right now.
He's gonna kill us if he like hooks the first tee box like over three fairways over or something.
Yeah,
dunk off the Grand Floridian. Okay, let's do this. 1930. Here we go. That dog, don't bark. Here we go. Welcome to episode 1930 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Monday to you. Hope you had a great weekend. And Of course, I'm still down at Walt Disney World. So give me a follow at BRGuestMike on Instagram and Twitter. I'm posting all the pictures and updates from your favorite place. And my good buddy is joining us here on the show today. And he is also at Walt Disney World right now. So it's magic. We're podcasting, getting you a fresh show while we're both at the place we all want to be. So joining me, your friend and mine, we have hashtag Scotty G. What's up, Scott?
Hey, Mike, happy to be here as always. I think it's Monday, so I think we're going with a Magic Kingdom Monday kind of theme today. So look for us on social media at Magic Kingdom today.
I had no idea where we're going today, but that sounds good to me. For any Monday at the Magic Kingdom is a great Monday. And as we talked in the pre-show, now if we're hoping everything goes on as planned. I mean, there could be some weather, there could be all kinds of things. We're knocking on some wood here. I shouldn't have done that. It's gonna make the dog bark. That was a stupid move. But here's the thing. As of the time you're hearing the show, one of the four of the folks who we went out golfing with at the Magnolia yesterday, hopefully, is wearing a green jacket, and it's not this guy.
And his name is Wade. I'm just gonna call it right now. I mean, I know we recorded these episodes a little early, but I'm already
a sleeper. If like we want to really kind of think about it like sportscasters and analysts, I think Wade probably the odds-on favorite. I would say Vegas, puts money on him. But I always say never underestimate Phil.
Oh, absolutely not. And I think he's got like the left-handed swing too. So watch out.
Is he left-handed? I didn't know.
I think so.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, hopefully that was fun. If you're listening, go check our social medias. I'm sure we're going to have tons of photos and videos about the BOGP Open, and hopefully it'll become a annual tradition or a multi-year tradition. We'll see how that goes.
That's right. We'll try to expand it out, and because this is just something we threw together at the last minute. It was actually just Scott and I at first. We added, made it a foursome, and so who knows? Maybe next year we'll get a bunch of foursomes together and get out there and have some fun. I didn't know that many people were interested in golf. I don't play golf that often. I'm just going to give it a shot, and I'm bringing a dozen balls, and I hope that's enough to make it through the round. We'll see. Think is that kind of probably
I think I'm bringing 12.5, one for each hole.
Good idea. Okay, so I should probably, before I take off here as we're recording, run up to.
Well, we do get I know we're not going to make this all about golf, but if you're bringing a dozen, I think we get 2 sleeves with the club rental, so there's your 18 right there. So
okay, well, I guess if I lose all of the golf balls, it just means I'm done. I'm out.
We play until we're out of balls.
Exactly. Sorry, you get to drive the cart the rest of the way. Okay. So today, no trip report. We're going to have lots of stuff to talk about as far as trip reports as soon as we all get back. But today we're going to kind of switch it up a little bit and have some fun to get your Monday rolling the right way. We want to play a game with you, whether you're running by yourself, maybe you're jogging, doing some training. Hey, we got some races to train for finally. Isn't that awesome? So maybe you're out there pounding the pavement, getting into miles. Maybe you're in the car riding to work by yourself. You can play this game with us right there. Or maybe you're, listening with the kids and the family. Everybody can jump in on this, and you can make your own version of the game with your significant other, with your family. And what we're going to do, it's very simple. We're playing Walt Disney World Word Association. So one of us is going to give anything, any kind of topic that has to do with Walt Disney World. It could be very general, very, very specific. And the other one has to say the first thing that pops into his mind when it comes to that particular word. All right.
Like it.
So you want to go first, Scott? You want me to go first? How are we going to do this?
I got one for you if you're ready.
Let's do it. In the chat room, we got a lot of folks watching us live as we record. You can jump in here and we'll see what we got. Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to go super deep. I'm not going big picture. I'm going very detailed to start us off. Living with the land.
So can we just say a phrase, or can we only say one word?
I think one word could be tough. Okay, I think it could be like a phrase. How about
we say one word, but then we can expand on it.
Exactly. Yep. I like that.
I don't know how the official rules are for this game. Who cares? We're playing. My word is best.
Okay.
Best. And I know you probably thought I was going to say the old guy at the end of the ride, because that's like our wheel.
Yeah, I was expecting how you're going to throw that in. Like you were going to say cherries or raspberries or whatever it is.
There's a certain older gentleman and a kid in the same picture. And I told Scott, I said, there's one weird thing about this ride, because we both like living with the land. And I don't know how we got talking about this, probably at Maya Grill after a couple of margaritas or something. And I said, I got to tell you about why I like living with land. I love all the science, the hydroponics, all that stuff. I was like, but at the end of the ride, I'm always wondering, it shows all those pictures of people, all those portraits. I said, and there's that older gentleman like with a kid. And I said, that kid's probably our age. The older gentleman may or may not still be with us, but I wonder where they are now. And then you're like, I've thought of the same thing. I was like, you have not. And then so it's kind of a thing. But yeah, for me, best because I wasn't there with the old Epcot, but I wish I was. And I think this is probably kind of the strongest attraction that we have that holds on to like a 1980s type Epcot experience.
Yeah, I like it. Good answer.
Okay, so I'm going to go with you, and we are.
I got to throw a great one in the chat, though. Cucumber was an answer I saw, and I love that answer.
And hashtag stay in your boat. Exactly. No kidding. That's a pretty good one, Tom. Give you credit. Let's go with this one. Okay, stay in that pavilion. Garden Grill.
Sticky buns.
Do they have sticky buns? What I
think sticky buns, the cinnamon roll thing is.
Okay, yes. That
breakfast dessert. Is it called? I don't know if it's called sticky buns or not, but I think of that
roll or something.
Cinnamon roll dessert.
I don't know what's the difference. I mean, it's probably
the same thing. Yeah. But that's what I think of when I think of a garden grill. That is, I was there for the opening day actually when breakfast came back. I was one of the first ADRs, and all I wanted was to eat that. Like then when they started bringing out the eggs and bacon, like I still focused on the cinnamon rolls. Those things are delicious.
Dude, you gotta have some protein. You can't just eat the cinnamon rolls. You're gonna pay for this in an hour and a half when all that stuff burns off. You're gonna wish you had some eggs and some potatoes. Okay, so give me one. That's a good start.
Roller coaster.
Space Mountain. Because to me, here's the deal with Space Mountain. It's that sweet spot. And I've learned this more and more as I've gone to Silver Dollar City in the past month. When I've gone to Six Flags last year, we went there for one day just to kind of get out of the house. And the thing is, Space Mountain, don't get me wrong, it's rough. And I'm older and my back's had a bajillion problems with it, probably from all the running and playing hockey when I was younger and so forth. But Space Mountain has just enough thrill and it teeters on being too painful, but it red lines, but it doesn't go over the line on pain. Like I always like, okay, the ride's over. We made it. And the thing is, what I've noticed is with all these newer coasters, which are a lot of fun. Like I did this roller coaster called Time Traveler at Silver Dollar City, and it's rated one of the top 5 coasters in the country year after year. And it spins, it goes upside down. I'm too old for that stuff. Like it was kind of fun, but I was like, dude, this is like my body's not meant to do all these things in 90 seconds. So I'm past that. So Space Mountain doesn't go upside down, but it is cool because it's inside, it's in the dark. It doesn't even go that fast, but it feels like you're going fast. And it's a classic. So yeah, when I think of roller coaster, I got to go to the tried and true, Space Mountain.
Great answer. That's an awesome one.
All right, let's go with, for you, the Polynesian Resort.
Oof, good one. I'm gonna go with Kona actually as my pick.
That's a good call.
I even though it's been disappointing, I would say the last couple years for me, a lot of great menu items have been taken off, but I still have a lot of hope in Kona and that it can turn back around to what it was. But I just love sitting there, like in the open, you're on the upper level. You see people walking to the monorail, just getting off the monorail, a lot of happy faces. Sometimes you have a view of the monorail. And it's just, I think about breakfast in particular with Kona is just a great way to start a morning, I feel like. So there's so many answers you could give with Polynesian.
Right. Because how many people probably yelled Ohana? Like right now, Johnny Graham in the live chat, Ohana. Yeah. It's kind of fun to play this game because when you throw something out, like I have in the back of my head what I think you may say, I would have said Kona. See, this is why we're best friends, right? Because the thing is, like, Kona is superior to Ohana, and I've thought that for a decade. And it's nice because it's always the easier to get ADR, and it was less expensive, and I thought the food was better there, and the whole atmosphere. That was just me, though. But yeah, it is kind of fun. Like, so Tonga toast, obviously, is what a lot of people are also mentioning. But with the Polynesian, I totally forgot. I lost my train of thought, but I just thought that folks, would say other things as far as
like the lobby smell, right? That's kind of like
the waterfall or something like that. But yeah, I guess it gets back to food and the
volcano. There's so many. The beach. There's so many things you could say for the Polynesian,
right?
And of course, I went straight to food.
So. Yeah, well, I mean, that's what we do. That's what we do. Okay, so go ahead. You got one.
I do have one for you. Transportation.
Monorail.
Nice.
Totally. That's still the king of transportation, king, queen, whatever it is. I know vehicles are female sometimes, like boats and ships. But the thing is, to me, as cool as a Skyliner is, because that was where I went for a second. It was like, say
I
monorail.
thought that's actually where you were going, to be honest.
But the thing is, like it's still, because I think that's why I like this game is when you say something, you get an image in your head. And the thing I thought of was that shot from Seven Seas Lagoon straight onto the Magic Kingdom, where you see the monorail going past in front of the train station, and that's. It is much of a Skyliner fan as I am, and I love the Skyliner. It's still, I think, for everybody. Like, I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe it's only Disney fans, but if you say monorail, I immediately think Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
Or so Disneyland. I mean, they have a monorail.
Yeah, me too. So it's funny, for our first trip in 2011, we went in March, and we planned it like in February. It was like the Super Bowl, I remember, is when we were like booking airfare and all this stuff. This is going to be my first ever flight. I knew nothing about Walt Disney World, and I was asking Elizabeth about it because she had been there. I'm like, so like, there's that place with the castle, and like there's that big ball, and like I know I've seen like an advertisement where like there's a train or something. And she's like, oh yeah, the monorail. Like that's all I like had in my mind as a visual. Right. It was I always think of the monorail with Walt Disney World.
And you know what I found? So my dad for Christmas gave me a hard drive, and it was pictures of like my grandparents when they were younger, and all the way from back like in the 40s and 50s that he had scanned, that he had found, all the way through my childhood pictures that he took when we were kids. We went to the Magic Kingdom one day in 5th grade when we were down there for spring training, when he was catching my friend, his buddy who played for the Phillies. And there were like 3 pictures from Walt Disney World on that hard drive. And one was, we had to have been on the ferry. And I took a snapshot of us coming in, and you could see it was the monorail, Cinderella Castle. And that was 1985. So that was pretty cool. I was
That's super cool.
I was there. I was there. Like I took that picture.
That was the year Elizabeth was born.
Yeah. Oh, shut up. God, thanks. I was in like the 5th grade. Okay. So here we go. I want to get your this is what I've been thinking about all day. Pop Century.
I think of Mowgli and Baloo.
Really?
I think of like that big icon of like Mowgli. I think it's definitely Mowgli. In the 60s section. I know it's a weird answer, Mike, but that's actually the first thing that popped in my head when you said Pop Century. So that's how I'm playing it. So I think of Mowgli, and then you throw in like all the big giant icons. Like, I don't know why. Like, I just love like taking selfies with those when I'm out running and stuff.
So now, are you a fan of Jungle Book though? Is that why you think you picked it?
I like Jungle Book. It was my mom's favorite Disney movie, so I watch it a lot. But yeah.
So for me, like if you'd asked me that one, I'd have said Pac-Man. And again, Pac-Man doesn't have a big like icon, but it's on the 80s buildings all over the place. But again, I think it's more, what you picture, but like where you grew up. Because when I was a kid, like Pac-Man and I have a Pac-Man machine right here in the basement.
Yeah, for sure.
Like a small one.
I love how that's where our mind we're both thinking though, is like not necessarily like hippy dippy pool or food court or whatever. Like we're thinking of like the fun icons, around the resort.
Yeah, totally. Oh yeah, it's good. Okay, so yeah, that's the other thing I would have thought of. I'm trying to think if I had besides that. No, I'd have gone Pac-Man for sure. Yeah, because that's 80s is my jam. That's why I love Pop Century. Oh, Craig's got a good one though in the live chat. He says home, and I agree with that because I know all DVC owners have their home resort.
Yeah,
I'm not a DVC owner or anything, but I think we all DVC owners are not. I think everybody kind of has their. If you've gone a bunch of times, you have that one home resort, and for us, it absolutely is Pop because that's where we stayed. Like our first, like we didn't know what we were doing. We just went down and we loved it. And we kept going back to Pop because it was cheap. And it gave us what we needed. Yeah, I mean, Paige grew up going to Pop Century, and so that's home for us. Yeah, that's
a good one.
Okay, so go ahead. We got.
I was gonna go bigger here, but I'm gonna narrow it down. China Pavilion.
What's the name of the guy that narrates the film?
I don't know if he has a name, but I love that guy with his beard and
yes. Because we used to play that track on Magical Mouse Radio.
I listen to it every day almost still. Like I love it.
I loved when that came on and Living with the Land and Impressions of France, man. I did not leave. I know his name. It's on the tip of my tongue. He says it
a couple times. I know he says it in the beginning, and I think he might say it at the end too.
Come on, chat room. We can't wait forever. He says with the stroke of a brush and I am gone or something.
Yes, and I am gone. I love, dude. The narration of that is so solid. Like I love it. And then like I think it's an underappreciated like soundtrack too.
Right. That's what I was gonna say. Cause like, okay, so this is why we're best friends. This is it, man. You guys are seeing why we're friends here. Because okay, picture that scene where you're going up the Yangtze River and like it just like goes like the sound cranks up and you're on the river, like going.
Like, it almost feels like a speaker's like blowing out.
Exactly.
I mean, that could just be the recording you had on the radio.
Oh no, it's because it's so old. That's what it is. It's from like 1984 or something. I don't know. Yeah, total. Oh my gosh, I love. So, what one would you have picked if you had to do the China Pavilion? I'm curious.
I was gonna go with like puppets because like in that gift shop they have like all those like cool like puppets on strings. You know, like I like those little animals. But I love your answer.
Yeah, Paige always wanted one of those. Never got her one. It's like, what are you gonna do with that when you get home?
I know Emily too. We never got one though. Like I don't know how we dodged that.
Oh, but she's played with them probably for an hour's worth, which is an hour more than she'd have played with it if we'd have bought it for her. You know,
exactly.
As soon as you buy it for them, they're like over it.
That gift shop to me is kind of underrated. Everyone talks about like Japan's got a great shop, Mexico Pavilion's got an awesome shop, but I love like the China shops. Like they're really cool.
Yes. Okay, so we did buy something though from that same cart, and I don't know. I haven't seen anybody use these in forever. There were like 3 just basically look like drumsticks. Have you seen these?
Yes.
Like, yep. Take 2, then you'd flip the third.
You flip them over. Yeah.
Yeah. And you go. Paige got actually really good at that because actually she got good at it while we were like, we hadn't bought them yet. Like they had a demonstration pair. So we're just killing time and I think this is really what World Showcase should be all about. Like just messing around doing stuff. I guess she's like doing them and she's like pretty good at them. Like she has a talent at this. So we bought her the sticks and I don't know where they are nowadays. I mean, it's 10 years, probably 20 years ago, but that was a cool little souvenir because it wasn't, wasn't very big, cool. And it was something you could do. I don't know what to call it.
We're gonna have to do some shopping this week, at in China. I just love it.
I love it, man. That stuff is so fun. All right, let's see here. Let me think. All right, here, let's go this. Let's get a little more current. Galaxy's Edge.
Ronto wrap.
There you go.
Food again, man.
There you go. Good brat with some sauce on it.
I went straight to the food. And the reason I pick it is like it never like really interested me. Like I think I had the breakfast one first with you, which I know you love, like the breakfast version of that.
Because I like a good breakfast burrito, and that's about as close you're going to get in, a galaxy far away.
And I had it, and I wasn't that impressed with it. But not to bring up Wade again, but I was in the studios with Wade once, and we mobile ordered some Ronto wraps, and I was kind of like, I don't know. But like, man, it was awesome. Yeah, I really loved it. Like I'm craving one right now, actually. I've already had dinner, but
so
good.
So the day before we're recording the show right now, went to the Cardinals game, and we're hanging out and we're in the all-inclusive seats. We do this once a year. This is what we do for our anniversary. We buy these tickets. It's not in the ballpark. It's actually across the street in a place called
Ballpark Village. I've been there with you.
Yeah, right. And so you're on the roof up there. And but I mean, it looks like you're sitting in like the upper deck in the left field. You can still see the game just fine. You're a little bit far away, but it's fine. And we're in there and all of a sudden, boom, Chef Todd's there. And so we got to talk to Chef Todd. He was there just kind of checking out the game, even though he's a Cubs fan. Shout out, we'll catch you. We're going to get you. But
I saw his little brick too that he has at the stadium.
Oh yeah, he texted me that too. He didn't only post it on Instagram. He directly texted it to my heart after he left the game before it was over, which is, Cardinals fans don't leave until the game's over. Cubs fans, I guess you bail in the 7th. I don't know. Anyway, so, and I know Wade's a Cubs fan too, so I'm just really cutting the,
They had a 7-0 lead in the first and somehow lost.
Yeah, 15-7 that day. It was a beautiful thing. Anyway, so Mallory's checking out Todd's Instagram and she's like, dude, Todd made Ronto wraps. And so Todd is a very accomplished chef. She's like thinking I can't make that. But I mean, it looked exactly like, he probably has that roasty toasty kind of guy.
He's got the tools for it. Yeah,
exactly. But I mean, it looks so good. Yeah, but that's a good call. I don't know I think I would go with what John Luke is saying in the live chat. Because again, when you're the second person, you get to think about a little more. Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, it's tough though, man. When you're on the spot like this, like I'm seriously coming with the first thing that comes to my mind.
I know
it's tough when you're because I'm thinking like, man, I could have just done like Rise of Resistance or something, right. But like Ronto wrap came first.
I think though, for like Star Wars fans, the biggest thing is your first time when you're there. Your first time when you see the Millennium Falcon. This is going to be true 15 years from now. If you've never been in the land, even though you've heard about it, even though as awesome as Rise is, and Rise is incredible, I think it's still that that physical manifestation of seeing the Millennium Falcon that big. And I mean, it is exactly what you've seen in the movies for your entire life. I still remember the first time I saw it, I couldn't believe it. And I knew I was going to walk up on it. It was crazy.
Yep. I was stunned. First time I saw it actually was at Disneyland. But yeah, like it was a really cool feeling.
Very awesome. Give me one. I'm ready.
All right. You've gone resort with me a couple times, so I'm throwing one back at you. Old Key West. I think I know the answer.
So many, I'm not going to take the obvious. Palm trees. I'm going that because the palm trees, it covers everything, right? Like Old Key West, to me, if I was a DVC owner, this is exactly where I would want to be. Because DVC, I think like kind of the goal of it, of course, I know it's like a timeshare where you can, prepay for your vacations. I know all the practicality of it, but it's almost like a club, right? People that are in DVC, Disney Vacation Club, and it feels like you're in some kind of a, community or a club. And this resort, more than any other Walt Disney resort, feels like you have gone somewhere to stay within a, a gated community, a gated golf community, with golf courses and golf carts and, the little goods store, a little bar, you got the gurgling suitcase. I thought I was going to say Olivia's, and good try, but trust me, it's on there.
You went with a better answer though.
Well, because palm trees is what I think of as kind of, when I think of a palm tree is only in a place that is, tropical. And, when you're from Missouri, the only thing you consider palm trees is like a place you want to be, like a vacation destination. I don't know of any place. I know there are probably a lot of places. I'm sure there's jails that have palm trees on the ground, right? I mean, you could be in a penitentiary, like in Florida. I'm sure there's maybe a palm tree around.
I mean, if they want to turn Old Key West into a jail, I'll volunteer to go and do 10 years of time.
I shouldn't say that every place that has palm trees is a desirable place to be, but to me, when I think of them, yeah, that pretty much is. So the palm trees they set, and also the pastel colors. It's just, it's so different than everyday life that it's like you see it, like you just want to be there.
I know it gets overlooked a lot. Maybe not so much with our community here at Be Our Guest podcast, but like it is a gorgeous resort. Like I can't think of a resort just as gorgeous when you think about the grounds and the buildings, are so like those colors and like the background loops, it just feels like it feels like vacation every time I'm there. And like I'm at like a beach house or something, right. And I just love it.
I mean, we've talked about Pop Century. We've mentioned Polynesian, you can mention any other Walt Disney World resort, but I don't feel as like Pop Century. One of the great things about it, I've said this over the years, is like the energy of the place. Like it feels like people are you're not really in a hurry, but people have things to do, like there's pop music playing. People want to check out, people are playing ping pong. It seems like people are coming and going a lot. Like it's not a slow pace at Pop Century. It's a fun kind of like party atmosphere. Old Key West, it's just like, it's laid back. It's Tuesday afternoon. Take it easy, go to Disney Springs, maybe do some shopping tonight. Maybe not. Maybe we'll chill. I like that feel.
I like that feeling a lot. I used to not like it. Like my first couple of years going, like I felt like if I wasn't in a theme park, I wasn't getting the most on my vacation. But man, has my tune changed so much over the years, Yeah,
100%
for the better for me.
I think I think that is I like playing this game because I like the discussions. And the thing is that when you first start going to Walt Disney World, you're always having FOMO. Like no matter what you're doing, like if you're at a theme park, you're wondering say you're at the Magic Kingdom, you're wondering what's happening at Epcot or the studios, or maybe you're happening like, oh man, we could be shopping at Disney Springs, or I could be bowling at Splitsville or whatever. And the thing is, once you kind of get over that and you've been there enough that you can stay back at your resort for an entire day without going to a theme park and you don't have FOMO, God, that's vacation, right? Because I used to try it because I read in all the guidebooks and everybody said, oh, you should take some time to hang out at your resort. And we did. But as soon as I saw somebody coming back off the bus from the Magic Kingdom that had like a balloon or some kind of a, cool souvenir, I'm like, God, we should go to the Magic Kingdom. Let's go. Let's get out of the pool. That's kind of ruining the whole vibe. Like you gotta, I think it is a tough thing, but it makes your vacation much better.
Absolutely.
All right. So I had one. Let's see here. I had a good one and I just got talking. I can't remember. Okay. So how about this one? Ice cream.
Ice cream. Oof, you can get it a lot of places at Walt Disney World, can't you?
Pops in your head, like, 'cause there's a lot of things.
You know what? The first thing that came to my head, though, Mike, I'm not even going to try to be funny because it came right to me. No way, Jose.
That is the right answer.
I just it could have been your All-American Sundae, which is like a mini version, you know.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But No Way Jose for me. I sometimes try to get that hard ADR. Right? That's a tough ADR to get at Beaches and Cream, and sometimes I get it with the intentions of just getting ice cream. You know, like I love the grilled cheese sandwich. You know, like they got great burgers, fries, all those like kind of bar food, onion ring stuff. You know, but I just want to get the ADR in so I can get some ice cream.
That's a good call. Yeah, Mickey Bar is a pretty obvious choice. I immediately went to All American Sunday because, of course, we're recording this one right before I head down, and that's what I'm so pumped. Like the first day we go to the Magic Kingdom, the first day the plaza opens. Yeah, baby. And by the way, I mentioned on Mike in the Midwest a couple weeks back when I was recording that one about that Happy Joe's place opening by our house, and I got all excited right in the middle of the podcast. So as soon as I finished, I text my wife. It's like, oh yeah, we've been waiting for months and months for this place. Nope, didn't open today, or didn't open on July 1st, open on August 1st. They're behind schedule. So
I think I've been there with you before. Is that the place that does the taco pizza, right?
You weren't a big fan, but man,
I wasn't a big fan. You're right.
Well, I mean, it's nostalgia for me because we went there when I was like, I had my 4th birthday there, and
you probably dislike LS Teco whenever you come to Michigan, and you know how much I love that place.
Dude, I've never met a Mexican restaurant I don't love. Never. Okay, give me another one. Let's go.
Okay. Going to get a little edgy here, but we're gonna, keep it family friendly. At Walt Disney World, I'm thinking adult beverage.
Okay, so margarita, because the thing is I don't drink.
I didn't know if you're gonna be like a specific like margarita flight, margarita from Mexico Pavilion.
Here's something I'm gonna get you. Here's what I'm gonna say though. I'm picturing the margarita crossing the finish line at the marathon. Yeah. The last, finishing dopey with a margarita in my hand. That's
a great answer.
That is the best tasting margarita, and it gets you drunk super fast. I'm just saying, like, if you've run 26 miles, if you drink that like it's Gatorade, you're like, where is that finish line?
lots of great adult beverages can be had at Walt Disney World.
What about you? Because you're more outside the box. Like I'll get various kinds of margaritas, but like, I didn't have my first drink till I was like almost 40. So I don't really know. And I don't drink beer. So I just stick to a margarita and I'm good with that. So what do you
there's so many great ones, Mike, but like, I'm thinking of, this is not like a very popular drink with me. I love the frozen beer from Japan. I don't know why, but like, every time I'm in Epcot, I feel like I have to get one of those. And like, I'm not a big drinker either. It's more of a vacation thing or like have one on the weekend to relax kind of a thing. But yeah, I like to have one when I'm down at the World, occasionally. And I was thinking margarita is a great choice. I was thinking the frozen beer from Japan, which is hit or miss for some people. But
and Tom mentions the Oa from Peter Sam's. Oa, there went Orange Bird, but I do happen to have the Oa. This is the one you split, though. I think, right? That was the drink because
that's one of them you split. The Nautilus was another one.
Yeah, you split the old Oa ceramic little thing there. But yeah, that was a good drink. But I'm not into like drinks that cost a fortune. There are like a margarita at Disney's like $15. Like that's crazy. That's why one reason I don't drink a lot at Walt Disney World is because I can't afford it.
Mm-hmm.
So I get my Coke Zeros back at the room, and now I got everything falling off the shelf because I wanted to show that. I'll fix that later. Okay, so here is one for you. Not Walt Disney World. This is going to be a little bit different. Disney Fantasy.
Like the ship?
What do you think of when you think of the fantasy? Yeah, the ship. What do you think? Yeah, the ship.
I think of being hypnotized.
Yes.
I love it.
I totally forgot that.
There's so many words I could have said with Disney Fantasy, but I'm going with hypnotism because even though I do remember it, and I've seen Steve Forster's in your videos several times.
I have a full video. It's almost an hour long.
Yeah. But that's what I think of. I would have loved to been in the other side too, hanging out with all of us, like watching me make a fool of myself. But I'm glad I could be that entertaining for the rest of the group.
We are going to post some pictures because we're together when this show comes out. So we will definitely post some pictures this day on Instagram of that moment. It was that's what makes a group cruise amazing because, it's funny to watch strangers up on the stage getting hypnotized and doing crazy stuff. It's people, for example, like that one time we were cruising, Jay and Melissa were on their honeymoon.
Yep.
And they played the Newlywed Game. And so we're sitting out in the crowd, with our good friends Jay and Melissa. I was just in the wedding, so was Ricky. And I'm sitting there with Jay's mom and dad, like all these questions, it's an adult area, they're kind of, it's nothing raunchy or anything, but I mean, it's like an adult little thing. And I'm thinking, this is awkward. Like I'm sitting here with Jay's mom and they're, answering all these weird questions. I'm like, this is crazy, but it's one of those things. It's more fun with a group, but I should have said Disney Dream, because I was thinking Shorty and the tasting that day. That was one of the most.
Oh, Shorty's a good one too. There's so many words I could say.
That was the right ship. I forgot. So yeah, okay, go ahead. What you got?
I'm gonna expand out a little bit, kind of like you did. It's not necessarily Walt Disney World per se, but it's for part of the destination. I'm gonna ask what comes to your mind when I say MCO.
Oh my gosh, I love MCO because that's really the only airport I've ever flown to. At this point, other than when I was a little kid. It's what's the guy's name? Dyer, Mayor Dyer. Like
yes, Buddy Dyer.
Yeah, Buddy Dyer. First day. It's like I love hearing him.
I don't even know my mayor. He's the only mayor in the country I know.
I have no idea who's the mayor of St. Peter's. I know who's the mayor of St. Louis because that's like a big town. She's always on the news.
For sure.
I don't know who our mayor is in our town. Yeah, you're right.
That's a great answer, man. I'm glad that was your answer.
Because he's like,
I think of that too every time.
He's always like, whether it's your first time or 100th, Orlando's got plenty of stuff to do. I'm like, yeah, it does.
I love that spiel.
Same thing.
That's going to be a bummer when he's no longer the mayor. I mean, how long's that guy been mayor though? I'm just saying, like I've heard that spiel for a long time.
His platform though, he's like, re-elect me. I'm on the monorail, the MCO. You'd have to re-record that thing if I get upset in the next election. That's so funny.
That's when we start getting voter fraud. Just like, who's this guy from Missouri voting for me?
Like I like him. I don't even know what party he is. I don't know what he stands for. Yeah. I just like that he's the first guy here on the monorail going to Walt Disney World. Yep. So what about you? Like, what would be the first thing you think of with MCO?
Besides that, I was gonna say the carpet.
Yeah, I thought about that. It's famous. Yes,
the carpet is famous. I'll be honest. I'm not the biggest MCO fan because of where I fly. I fly out of Delta mostly because there's a great terminal in Detroit for Delta, and their Delta wing is like not good. Like I think it's kind of like everywhere the MCO though. Like they just like all these flights leave at the same time and everyone's just like huddled together in like all these different gates. Like I don't know, like it gets so crowded at MCO.
Southwest, I didn't even know this. Okay, so I went to a like a tweet up thing, like a social media event at our airport in St. Louis, Lambert Airport. Because, they were trying to get more of a social media presence. If you followed them, you could sign up and I got picked and I did that. And the thing was, I learned it that day is that, okay, now I know we're talking about Delta, but Southwest, and I've noticed this if you watch the planes come in, like when I'm running some mornings, I see this, like they do what's called surge flights. So they'll flood like all their flights in within like 45 minutes of each other and like land them and reload them and get them out. And then the gates will sit empty for like 2 hours. Like, there might be one or two flights in here and there, but I thought they were always like equally spaced, these flights coming in and out. Jake probably gives more on this, but she said that was like a strategy for them to save money, that they do the surge, like they'll all land within 45 minutes, for the next 2 hours and then kind of nothing else.
I don't know. It makes it really crowded around the gates though. Oh God, that, especially at MCO.
It's Sean Johnson. He's like, dude, the reason I got TSA pre-check.
Dude, I don't know why I haven't done that yet.
I always say I don't travel enough, and every time I'm like,
I feel like I do travel enough now.
In this line, I know it's like I've been in this line forever. Yeah,
I was looking before this because I keep track of like our trips and stuff, like an Excel spreadsheet, and like in 2020, we spent 41 nights in Florida.
You did. You almost moved there in 2020.
Yeah, we spent like 6 solid weeks in Florida.
That one trip, I didn't know if you were coming home. For one, I didn't know if you were going to be allowed to get back into the state of Michigan, and I didn't know if you wanted to at that point.
Yeah,
I didn't know. Awesome. Also, George had the best line of the night. He said, I think, speaking of the a drink over at Trader Sam's, so I think people are going to be saying a lot during the BOGP Open. We'll find out. It's over by now. This time comes out, we'll let you know. All right, so MCO was a good one. Let me ask you about this one. Boat. I'm just going to say the word boat.
This is weird that I went here. But I'm just playing with the first thing that comes to my mind. I went to Pirates of the Caribbean.
Really?
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
I thought you'd do like a Friendship or like a Sasagula or something.
I know. Like I love the Sasagula. I love the boat that takes you to like the Wilderness Lodge, like the Mermaid 1 or Mermaid 2 or whatever they're called. You know, I love those, but my mind for some reason went to Pirates and just, which is really weird answer, but yeah, I mean, yeah, when you say boat, I think of Pirates apparently.
It's kind of, the ultimate boat ride as far as attraction. I mean, I get it. So, yeah, that works. All right, let's do a couple more. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to go with Mexican food.
Maya Grill.
That was too easy.
It was, but the thing is, the menu has changed over the years, and I think we're going to try it out on the trip we're on. We're trying to get in there. We're going to see what we can do. The menu was better when I first discovered it, and it was kind of, still back then. And again, I haven't been going since 71. I wasn't born until 73. But the thing is, it's one of those places that was really, really a hidden gem for a long time. And it's still not like super popular, but it's a little more popular. And they've tweaked they actually overhauled the menu probably 3 or 4 years ago. I loved the fajitas that they had because they had more of a, what you would expect to find at a typical Mexican restaurant, sit down restaurant, fancier. Now, this last menu overhaul, I don't know what it's going to be like this time because I'm sure they changed it again, but it was like, the staples that I think Americans look for at a Mexican restaurant, like fajitas and burritos and tacos, they were kind of not anywhere to be found. Now they're all kind of similar. They just have different names, but I still found stuff I liked, but I like the old menu better. But yeah, Maya Grill. But what about you?
Yeah. I think Maya is still my answer. I mean, I love San Angel Inn. That's kind of like where my mind was first thinking, because like the atmosphere is so cool in there, right?
Oh yeah, that's, you know what? Because I think too, like that's the one you always see in the guidebooks, like the Birnbaum. Like
I'll never forget our first trip we ate there, and Emily was 3 years old, and we were like right on like that prime seat you kind of want, like right on the water for the attraction, and like that whole meal she just stared at that volcano, man. She was freaking out. It was so awesome. Whoa. Yeah,
it's Vesuvius. No,
so that's a good memory for me. Yeah, but Maya Grill is a solid pick. Definitely been some menu changes over the years, and it's declined, I would say, but I'm really looking forward to trying it again. Hopefully, maybe we just ate there. Who knows?
I know. Maybe we're there right now as you're listening to the show.
Maybe we are.
Okay, last one. I'm giving you this one. This we're wrapping up on. So
I got one for you to wrap up on.
Okay. Mine is fireworks.
Illuminations came to mind.
Yes, that is the right call. That's what I would say too. It's my favorite fireworks show of all time.
It's tough to beat. I'm looking forward to, like Walt Disney World said, you got to grow. There's always going to be progress, and like I don't know how you could do any better than Illuminations, but I'm looking forward to seeing what the future holds, though. For sure.
I get that people would check their phone. I know, like there was that slow part, right? But you got to have slow parts to build up the big part.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I guess we're in this society now. Everything's got to be Mach 10 and your hair on fire, like from Top Gun, right? I mean, it's you can't have slow time because people will be on their phones checking Instagram.
And what always cracked me up about Illuminations too, you would know like who is like watching it for the first time around you, because there was kind of like 2 finales in a way.
Totally, there was a fake out. You're right.
Yeah. So like, and I always got, oh my God, I'm just getting goosebumps right now thinking about it. Like with the torch in the globe, like every time that torch lit up, like I got goosebumps.
Yeah, and then you got those fireworks.
Yes.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's so good. But like, so there would be like the finale in quotes, and then everyone would like clap, like, man, that was awesome. And then you see people darting away because like it gets like all quiet and slow again. And I'm like, I'm always wondering, like, should I just take their spot in front of me because it's better, or do I let them know there's 3?
You're out, buddy. You got to learn. That's right.
But yeah, Illuminations for sure.
That is the right call. Even though Aaron says happily ever after, that's not bad. But Illuminations is the right.
Illuminations.
Okay, give me the last.
All right, this is, you and I both love this. Very curious what is going to come to your mind first when I give the topic of background loop.
Easy. And this is not one word, but it's the WW Today.
Oh yes,
like 2010 loop.
Yeah, the older version.
All the time on the background of our shows. It's the one that goes
do something like that, maybe.
Yeah. It's you. If you went like in the say the 2010s. It was always on, what I call like the PowerPoint channel. It was called WW Today with the park hours and so forth and all the information. Not Stacy, but the other channel. there's something about that. I think it's because that, again, it's like Spectrum Magic. It's like Illuminations. It's when I first started going to Walt Disney World, and it was just, I didn't have the podcast then. I wasn't a travel agent. Like I was a school teacher. Like I had no connection to Walt Disney World other than I love the place, man. I wanted to be there so bad all the time. And like just hearing the music just immediately took me to 17 memories from that trip. Now I'm in it all the time, which I'm very lucky. I mean, this is what I wanted to do for 15 years. I finally got there, but oh dude. Yeah. Instantly that loop. But what about because there's so many good ones.
There's so many good ones. I love the Tower of Terror.
That's a good
background loop. Cause it's like these like 1930s, like kind of jazzy tunes. And it's funny, like if you like play those songs themselves, they sound different. Like the original recordings sound a little bit different than the loop because I think they like somehow like edit the sounds of like
a bit more of like a minor key.
Yes, they made it like they changed the chord somehow or like the tone, and it fits so perfect with that attraction.
And if you listen to the words in those songs, like they're like it's eerie. Like I never thought about it, and then one day I was working and just listening to it, like. God, these songs are depressing. Like
some of those piano pieces in there, like it is so good. I just love it. It takes me back. But speaking of background loops, and you're talking about like you hear a song and it takes you to like 17 memories. I don't know if I've ever actually officially thanked you like on the show before, but like Magical Mouse Radio, like got me through a lot of long days at work. And if I was having a bad day, I'd fire that bad boy up and it just put me to my happy place. And like, that was just the music just does something to you, right? It just puts you in that moment in time. You think about that memory you had with your daughter or whatever, and it's so great.
You don't have to thank me. That was like totally my passion. And that is one of the biggest regrets I have with this whole podcast kind of experience over the past 13, 15, 14 years is that we had to let Magical Mouse Radio go because of, so we were hosted through
Live 365 kind of ruined that.
It went out of business. And the reason it went out of business was because the laws changed on licensing of music that was streamed over the internet. And so I'm not an expert on this, but apparently, because we paid a lot of money every month to Live 365 to host Magical Mouse Radio, but it was fine. I'll be honest, Pam took care of it because, she kind of did it for the travel agency. It was, it was kind of a service to the community. We mentioned the agency, so it worked out great. But the thing was, they changed the laws and they were charging royalties equal to radio play, which before that, the royalties for streaming music were like zip. But you got to remember, though, the era of Magical Mouse Radio, this was before really Spotify took off, Apple Music. And the thing was, here's what really kills me is that, and I know it's a tangent, but Magical Mouse Radio would be jamming now because the technology has finally gotten to where you can just like literally I had something playing. I was playing music off my iPhone. We went to dinner tonight. And of course I stopped it. We went into the restaurant and I came back out and it just automatically reconnected through Bluetooth and picked up the song where it left off. Like when we went in, like that would have been perfect for Magical Mouse Radio. It was so hard to play it in the car when we had it.
And was
on it'd be so easy. That was always the dream. So yeah.
But yeah, that was, we could do like a 2-hour episode just talking about background loops and music in general for Walt Disney.
Actually, Pam said we should do a show on that. So she's probably right. I was like, we'd never stop. So yeah, we
would never stop. But yeah, but like that, your answer was great. Like the Resort TV, the WDW Today channel. Oh my God, it's so good.
I guarantee you're probably hearing it right now.
I am. And when I'm done with this, I'm going to fire it up and find it and listen to it.
Yep. Okay. Well, hey, we hope everybody had a good time and played along with us. And again, do this with your family. This is a good, going down the road, especially if you're on a road trip, kind of a fun little game to play. And let us know on Instagram and Twitter, like which one of these choices did we really drop the ball? We missed the obvious, or you have a story to share. I'd love to hear about it. Scott would love to hear about it. But again, follow us on the social media at Epcot and at Palm Trees of Disney. So give him a follow. He's down there right now. He's going to be there until the 20th. So he's going to be there well after me. I come back on the 15th. So I come back later this week. I'm at Be Our Guest Mike on Instagram and Twitter. So follow along. We'd love to hear from you. It's fun because we'll, check this over dinner and, all the stuff we're doing. So I hope you enjoyed today's show. Don't forget, always the show brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. Check them out for all your Disney travel needs over at themagicforless.com. Also, please use our Amazon affiliate link, beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. That really helps. And our patrons are awesome. Thank you so much for supporting the show. You guys are helping us get this all out there. It really does. It means more than you know. So thank you for hanging in there with us. Hope you always enjoy every Thursday. Mike in the Midwest. And we're going to do a little different. Scott and I, it's not going to be a memory of growing up or, something being about St. Louis or Missouri or anything like that. We're going to play trivia against each other and like 80s trivia or sports trivia. It's going to be like
let's do sports trivia. That'd be better for me.
We can do that. And we're not going to have like a board or anything. It's just we're going to get some like Trivial Pursuit cards. It'll be first 1 to 10 wins. And we'll see what happens. So I'll be on Mike in the Midwest. If you want to get some more information on that, check out patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. All right. Well, we're going to get out of here. And who knows where we'll be headed next down at Walt Disney World. We'll follow along with us on the socials. And of course, we'll have another show for you right here on Wednesday because we've already recorded it. It's ready to go. It's Ricky and I on that one. And then Scott and I are back on Friday. So we got a lot of podcasts coming your way and fresh ones for every feed. All right, time to get out of here. So until we see you again, have a great Monday. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon. That was a good one. We should do that.
Dude, how perfectly we timed that, though, for people that were waiting for a Happily Ever After stream. It just started at 9:15.
Dude, what if they had us like piped in the Magic Kingdom?
Oh, we were like on the castle projection.
We were the pre-show. What if that was what happened? Like, dude, hold up on don't hit the button yet. Dude, they're on he said it was the last one. They're talking about background.
Yep. Like we could just blame the weather for the delay.
Exactly. We're sorry. Happily Ever After has been delayed because they're discussing background loops, and now Scott brought up Magical Mouse Radio.
And Mike's going to cry now.
God, I love Magical Mouse Radio.
Oh, that's so good.
God, I missed that. That was so fun. Anyway. All right. Well, hey, so yeah, let me know because I'm not going anywhere this weekend. We're having people over for the 4th. We're doing my sister-in-law's birthday, and we're gonna do fireworks here that night.
Yeah.
But I mean
the 4th might be tough because I'm going to golf in the morning and I don't know. God knows what we're going to do. I'm trying to get some rounds in, man. You
play so many rounds of golf, man.
But I'll be around all day tomorrow, Saturday, Monday. You let me know. I don't know if you're doing your regular shows on Monday or not.
So Monday would be tough because we're doing 2 shows Monday night at 4:30. Well, you know what? If you're around Monday, because I don't think Pam's going to be home.
Yeah.
Will you be home at 4:30 or 5:30?
I should be. Yeah.
You're not working, are you?
No. Just depends on when I get my haircut.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll probably do that early in the day. So
yeah, see if you can hang with. That'd be better if you could do the shows with Ricky because that'd have 3 of us.
Yeah.
But we'll do the Trivial Pursuit shows just because those won't take long, and we'll just roll through them real fast.
Yeah. So I'll plan on picking up some cards tomorrow, and if you want to do it whenever, just let me know.
Or do you want me to I got a lot of trivia cards. I could give them what I could do is give 10 cards to Pam and she could just take a picture of them front and back because here's how they play it, because I've heard this on other podcasts. Every podcast rips off other podcasts. I'm sorry. I know other shows rip us off, but I rip other ones off. So they just take, because it's an 80s retro podcast, and they just take a Trivial Pursuit card and they just go down, you don't pick a category or anything. They just go all the
whole card.
So you do all the different categories and then you just pick a new card,
Yeah.
So you pick.
Yeah. I have some. So yeah, it'll be fun.
Okay. All right. We'll grab them and we'll be ready tomorrow night to play a game. But if not, we'll figure it.
So plan for tomorrow night?
Well, yeah. I mean, that'd be good. I don't think I'm doing anything tomorrow night.
You're recording every single day. Tomorrow's Friday.
And the thing is, I hate it because I like the little break, but I like doing this stuff. So
dude, I love this stuff too, man. I love talking with you, man. This is always what it's all about for me.
I don't get to do it for 2 weeks, so it sucks after this.
But we'll be podcasting to each other, we'll
we
be
will.
sharing
be like Scotty G hashtag how are those fajitas.
You'll sign the bill you can follow me at Be Your Guest Mike.
Exactly. Be Your Guest Mike on Instagram and Twitter. We'll see you right there. No, that'll be fun. And well, maybe because I'll have my MacBook there because you're probably bringing your stuff too.
I'm bringing my stuff too. I always bring in case if we get delayed for whatever reason.
To sign up. What should we do about that? We're gonna hotspot off our phones? Is that fast enough?
I don't know.
We gotta come up with a plan.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll think about it.
Because you think for the golf, you mean, or what?
No, for signing up for the wine and dine.
Oh.
We got to come up with a good plan for that because that's going to be mission critical that we have
I did it last summer. I signed up for wine and dine. Remember?
See, again, I think the times are different. I was telling Pam this. I think it was way easier. I think now this whole new surge.
Yeah, we're only going to have. Yeah, we'll have to figure it out. We'll have to figure out when it goes on too. Are we going to be in a theme park? It might be easier to be in a resort at the time, so we have our laptop and a phone.
Right. I'm thinking that day I might just stay back at the hotel till after that because it's on the East Coast. Well, you're in Eastern time anyway.
Yeah.
Well, no, because that'd be an hour later then. Because it's usually 10 o'clock for me. Is it 11 o'clock Eastern? Yeah, it must be.
If it's 10 o'clock for you, it'd be 11 here. I always thought it was 9 o'clock or something, or maybe
I don't better. The earlier the better.
Does it even say? We'll have to we got time to
yeah, I'll look. But I mean, it's one of those things. I'll probably stay at the resort that day until I try this because it'd be too hard to go to a resort or go to a park and then come back.
Yeah.
Just kind of maybe swim or have breakfast or something.
I gotta tell George though, we will be doing some try to do some live video of the golf though for sure. I don't know how choppy it'll be, but we're gonna try.
It's gonna be choppy, man. You haven't seen me with a pitching wedge. It's gonna be ugly.
And all I say on hole 6, man, I hope I hit in the bunker.
See, George, I'm only putting. I even busted out the sleeve of balls, but I don't think I'm taking the whole sleeve because I'm just scared that I'll lose them. And I love those golf balls. They're sitting right over there. I'm going to take 1 or 2, I think, and only putt with them. And then I got my ball marker.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to mark my putts.
You're going to have 2 ball markers. Actually, you're going to have 4 because I got 3 of those Mizzou ones. It was a 3-pack.
I cannot wait. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I was because tonight at dinner they had the LPGA on, and dude, those ladies were just crushing the ball.
They crush it, man.
Just so
great swings.
Yeah, they don't even swing hard. I'm like, okay,
that's why I've been noticing with me. Like when I try to crush it, that's when I I just need to take a nice, easy swing, man. So
counterintuitive. That's right.
Yeah.
This dog is killing me. Now she's got the little baby hedgehog.
Awesome. Actually, I lost the sleeve of those, George. I brought him for putting like you did, Mike.
Yeah.
And I was so mad.
That's exactly right. I don't want to lose.
I was so mad that I did a tin cup where I hit 3 in a row. I was going for a green and that was only balls I had left. So I was like, I'm going to go for it and hit 2 in the water. I still have another sleeve though. I haven't used.
Okay, so. Good. Okay. All right. Well, I'm out of here. I'll edit this thing up and I'll text you tomorrow.
All right. Sounds good. See you.
All right, see you, Scott. See you, everybody. Bye.